Today we're going to be looking at manga style event alternate arts. Do a little market watch. Um, since the last time I looked at all of these, I did make a video a couple months ago, and it seems like everything has more than doubled since I made that video. And that was literally only a couple of months ago, not even 2 months ago. Um, so to start, you got Divine Departure from OP10. I'll go in release order, starting with OP10 all the way to OP14. Divine Departure, got Shanks on there. 105 today's market price. Most recent sale 101. And there are none cheaper than that 100 mark. You got $2 shipping, $3 shipping. And then these are all plus tax. Well, tax isn't included on these. So it's going to be more than $100 that you're paying for this, buying it on TCG Player. And just looking, at the Cyber Monday sort of promotion, Black Friday promotion that TCG Player did, there were a lot of copies that sold, but still has been consistently selling, up and up and up 132%. Next, you got Honesty Impact from OP11. Pretty crazy to see this jump up so much. I didn't know there were so many Kobe fans. It could be just more playable now. That I'm not sure. I don't play the game, but I have collected it since the beginning of the card game. And I actually should grab my opened Blue Bottom box. Dumb of me to have opened that, but at the time, it was like I was also inexperienced in like collectibles generally. I literally was just a fan of the things, and I was buying the things at that point. And now it's a little bit different, but I have my OP01 blue bottom box and a white bottom box, both of which I had opened. And then I had a third white bottom. I had a second white bottom box that I sold because Pokemon had taken a big dip, and like that was a way I could get some extra cash. I don't sucks, but I in that moment, maybe call it a moment of weakness, but I definitely regret selling that. And I don't really regret a whole lot when it comes to doing anything in collectibles. Maybe there are things I've said and blah, blah, blah that I either didn't mean or should not have said because it was going to be interpreted the wrong way. So I've been there. Not really relevant, but I felt the need to say that. Anyway, Honesty Impact. Current market price $63.20, has almost tripled in value since the end of November. Mine is currently at PSA. Hopefully it hits a 10. It'd be nice to sell and have some cash, because I don't mind keeping it if it's cheaper and doesn't cost me very much to hold on to, but because of what this market has done, it's really hard not to be like, okay, well, this stuff was not valued by anyone other than me. It felt, well, not other than me. Of course, there were other people collecting and playing the game, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that have been doing this for a while. That once some of these values started jumping up so much, it makes too much sense to sell, because the cost is so low on all of it. Especially if you're buying anything in the One Piece card game before December of 2025, you've probably done okay. In fact, you've probably done very well. Even if it was buying a $20 Honesty Impact, you've tripled your money if you're selling it now. So interesting to note. Gum Fire Fist Pistol, Red Hawk. Next, got Luffy hitting Dofi in the stomach. Market price $84.63. Most recent sale $75. although cheapest one listed here is 82 or 81.90. They have 4 copies. Yeah, well, crazy. This is a cool moment. Gear 2 from OP11 as well. This has gone crazy. 230% up. Market price 303 on the chart. 304 here over on the side. Most recent sales 288. And here's one. This person has one listed for 287 plus $3 shipping, so 290, and then to 300 and above. And I think this is a pretty iconic one. This pose is really, this is an iconic moment in One Piece, and very similar. In fact, it's the same art but styled in a little bit different way as the EBO2 manga Luffy, and that is a very expensive card right now. So it does seem like if you're not going to buy that one, this is a great secondary option that is a lot cheaper. Even still, it's really hard to believe the pricing on a lot of this stuff right now because of how relatively cheap it was even just a few months ago. Like this, for example, was under $100 here at the end of November, and it's tripled in value. It's crazy. All right, Boof Burst, OP12. You got Sanji kicking the shit out of Queen. This one also has more than doubled since the end of November, and I'm using that as a timestamp because that is when I made my last Market Watch video pertaining to these event alternate arts. Although, it was, I guess, a little bit more expensive October, then it took a dip at the end of November. Really, really insane. Yeah, the cheapest one here on the market is 105. 100 plus $5 shipping, 105, 115, 100 plus $20 shipping, although there's no person doesn't have any sales. Maybe include a picture, maybe you get more people likely to buy. All right, next we have Zoro, Demon Aura 9 Sword style, Astro Blades drawn, Dead Man's Game. That is a long name. This from OP12 also. Market price currently 178. Did peak out at 188 just a few days ago. Now it's taken a little bit of a dip. The cheapest one here, 181 plus $1.25, 182 plus $1, 185. Yeah, these are really getting expensive relative to how they were priced before. This was almost, it was almost $100, this one, but again, more than doubled. My era begins. Got Blackbeard. So this is a sad moment when this takes place in Marineford. So if anybody's celebrating this, I'm watching you. Market price 202. 18 listings. Cheapest one here listed in English, 220 plus $1 shipping. Yeah. Insane. Come On, We'll Fight You. Got Shanks and the Red Hair Pirates. This is also at Marineford. 220 market price currently, although most recent sale $392. Only 8 listings left, and here the cheapest one is $390, $395, $400. It's just about $400 now, or that's the cheapest one you can get on TCG Player. So crazy. And this did take a dip here in November, but has only gone up since that point. Cross Guild. Got Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile. This current market price $288. So on the side here it says $293. Most recent sale $314. Yeah, and there are none listed under 307 plus $3 shipping. $310 is the cheapest one you can get on TCG Player. Few listings higher than that, but this is a pretty cool one. I do like this one a lot. Alright, so next we got Gum Gum Giant, alt art from PRBO2. Current market price here $690. On the side saying $703. Most recent sales $850. Yeah, cheapest one here listed in English is $831. And then obviously plus tax. This is an expensive card now. And it was already very expensive. Like, I considered this was by far and away the most expensive event alternate art that we had seen so far. Even at this point, after it had dipped down to $350, and it's more than doubled from $350 at the end of November to now. At least by this recent sale, it's more than doubled. Insane market. And next, you got Divine Departure from OP13, and this is another one that has gone absolutely nuts. Just about $50, 55, 56 the end of November, and now up to 170 here on the chart, 174. Although there are some listings here for 155 plus $1 shipping, about 160. Seems like there are quite a few listed at that range. I think this is my favorite one. I did buy a raw copy. I didn't pull one opening OP13. I opened a few boxes of OP13, and at the time, I paid $175 for, I think, the 6 boxes, so $175 per box. I pulled two Bonnie leaders. I actually had 4 leader boxes, so somebody gave me just the bottom of the case. Right, I think that's how they're mapped, like the bottom of the box, like the bottom of the case. That's where the leaders are. In the top of the case, that's where the SPs are. There are people that have done many research experiments, yada yada, on the actual mapping of these cases, because they can be mapped, and I think that is still the case to now, to OP14. Although I did pull 2 treasure rares. I pulled 2 of the Luffy treasure rare, so that was nice. They both hit 10s. I did sell one, and I'll actually put up the screenshot of the auction. It went above what some buy it now listings were listed for, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have an explanation for why that is, but that felt good to sell that one. But back to these. Divine Departure. You got Roger swinging on Odin. This one's pretty sick. I really like the colors on this one. All right, and now for OP14, You'll Frighten Me. You got Boa, and this has just gone straight up since the release of it. Yeah, cheapest one here, $430, $430, $435. And I think this is used in a lot of decks right now. Like, right off the rip, it's being played. So part of the explanation, but also seems like everything with Boa is just going up right now. Good to see. All right, Ground Death. You got Crocodile waving his sand everywhere. And this one has jumped up just in the last couple of days. It says here 216 market price. Over on the side, 227. Yeah, the cheapest one here is 225. 230, 230. I think this one was also very playable. So it would make sense that it's expensive. And these are hard to hit. There's two of them in OP14, so there's the Ground Death and then the Boa, You'll Frighten Me. And they're a tough pull rate on these. So there are things that it does make sense as to why this like category of rarity is expensive. But it's things have gotten expensive very fast, or a lot more expensive than they were very fast. So it's just crazy to see and to look at the growth in just such a short amount of time. So I hope this maybe was helpful or insightful to some extent. And I think I need to make more long form videos. I tried making the shorts. I tried to do one every day at the beginning of this year. I silently made a goal. I was going to post every day of 2026, and that didn't work. It didn't work out for me. It wasn't sustainable. I was getting, I guess, views, but it's not. I don't think that's how I want to be making videos. It didn't feel like I was in it really a whole lot. It was just kind of, all right, let me take a clip from the last box I opened. Let me post it. And also the fan to my computer, it's kind of ruins it. It's hard to edit around just the loud ass fan in the background. If I'm not putting like music or anything or speaking over it or doing a voiceover. So I think I'd rather do mainly long form content, and then maybe I'll add some shorts in periodically here and there. Yeah, that's a little bit of a plan for if you want to come back again and watch another video. That'd be great. All right. Thank you for watching. I gotta go.